Hello and welcome to Independence Day. For those of you tuning in or watching the latest recorded episode, if you were hoping for part 2 of Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP, well, as a lot of you probably know, it's not really possible to continue in the game at this point. Well, it is, but there's some finagling involved. So what we're going to do is put off part 2 of that game till next week, and this week we're going to be playing another wonderful independent title that I haven't touched before, Bastion. So, not knowing a lot about it, don't really have a lot to say, so let's just go ahead and get started playing this game. So we got our usual options, but that's all set up already. So let's just get started. Wait, what? No sweat mode. Normal mode sounds better.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Whoa.
Ground forms up under his feet as if pointing away. He don't stop to wonder why.
No, yeah, I do. I do wonder why.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
Okay. Feels good.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work undone in an instant, in the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though. Kid just rages for a while.
Wow, okay. I am already super impressed by this game.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Alright, that's very cool.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
Okay, that's cool.
A school of squirts tunnels up around him. Must have fled here from the mines.
Well, these things are super cute. I kind of feel like I shouldn't be hammering them. And yes, I promise the commentary is going to be exactly this exhilarating for the rest of the evening.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
Oh,
It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him for his drinking did.
Oh, is he stone?
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Oh, oops. Well, I guess he's certainly dead now.
Security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas.
Such a cool name for an enemy too. Gas fellas.
Windbags start turning up the last call.
Whoa.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Okay.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Guess I'm going out the window then.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
Alright, I think I like that more than the rapid fire. Oh, what's that though?
The kid pockets a memento from the breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner.
Oh,
Bad time to run out of black tonic. And then he falls to his death.
oh.
I'm just fooling.
Alright, so I need the black juicy stuff to do my cool spinny attack. And I can definitely fall off the side. So let's avoid that in the future.
He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Oh, okay. So I can raise my health, can raise my chance of a critical hit, which is only active at full health though, or absorb stray fragments. Well, that sounds kind of nice. It seems like I'll be less likely to drop cool items. So, we'll go ahead and equip that tonic, and wait, what's back here? Nothing. Nothing's back here.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Okay, so it keeps all the stuff I have too. Well. I'm pretty happy with what I've got now. So I guess I will just move on.
Kid better watch his step.
Okay, so you can also only control yourself, kind of, while spinning. So
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
I should probably be more careful in using that, too. Apple. I guess they're apples. They look like apples.
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
So if
The Bastion's real close now.
If you see me tilting my head from side to side, it's an issue that I have with most isometric games. For whatever reason, I like to kind of tilt my head and reorient my view of it. It's a big problem I have in Diablo. God, this music is really good.
Takes a chunk of alloy. The smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air.
Delicious. Oh,
Scumbags.
gross.
Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Robs a scumbag of his last meal.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Whole stadium's falling apart.
Kid puts him out of his misery.
Yeah, this is one of those times. Tilting my head violently to one side so I can... I don't know why it helps me focus on the isometric battlefield. Alright, so all that stuff's dead. Where am I heading now? Oh, that way.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well.
Jeez, when he puts it that way, it makes me feel really bad.
Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running.
Oh, okay, that is falling for real. That is falling right behind me.
At last, the skyway's in sight.
I don't want that.
Whisks him where he needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive?
Also, the burbling sound of the level being built makes me super happy.
Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
Okay.
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch.
Alright.
I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, alright, except no one else showed up. Ain't always much to say.
Well, guess I'm gonna put a crystal in that pedestal thing.
Kid ain't finished here yet.
Aw, maybe I want to look around a little bit. You ever think of that, Mr. Narrator guy?
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive.
Oh.
Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. The Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely.
Okay. So this is obviously the right way to go.
Kid ponders what to build.
Distillery or arsenal? Let's go with the distillery, I guess.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Oh, that's cool. However, I like this because then I can keep my shield up and hopefully
Cinder
not
brick
move so
stout
slowly.
sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock.
Oh god.
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him.
Let's go for it.
The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Well, core detected, so obviously this is
The
where we need to
workman
go.
ward. Them windbags used to keep the city humming along here. Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
Excellent. I am so... That one's big and angry.
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble.
Yeah, look at that. I definitely move a lot faster with my shield up now.
squirts just don't know when to quit. He heads for the biggest dump in town, Scumbag Alley. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash.
I guess there
There
ought to
he
be
is,
something.
the oldest scumbag of them all, Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. Shame old Gershel can't float like when he was a young fella.
Alright. Upgrade materials are cool.
No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him. The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back. He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. They ain't pleased. No coal or alloy left to pay him for their efforts. Somehow that old forge is still standing. Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Okay.
The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
Attacks cripple foes. Attacks deal damage over time. Oh, okay, I see. I can switch back and forth. I think I would rather have this serrated edge then.
Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting. Core ain't here either, so he's gotta guess again.
Well, there's only one left, I believe, so not much guessing at this point. Oh, I guess I can go this way though.
Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch.
Alright, Percy, I won't accidentally shatter you like I did with Barkeep.
Kid ain't about to pass out in the middle of the workman ward.
I deserved that, I got cocky. So this is the only
Up
direction
north
left.
is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Oh, what?
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Alright, that was pretty cool.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started. He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. Sometimes a single look says it all. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Let's go ahead and hit that forge.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
Alright, so I don't have enough crystal things to do that right now.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Melting pot and sundown path. Let's go for this one. It sounds sundowny.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid.
Oh, jeez.
The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. So could a reckless kid, for that matter. Fragments of the old world rain in the sky. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up. Quick and careful is the only way to go. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, Who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back.
Oh.
You know they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them. These wires to toss those things are plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity?
But what is the calamity? I want to know.
So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Alright, and with that, we'll be taking a brief break, and I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back to Independence Day. This is, this week we are playing Bastion. and this is my first time playing, so I'm falling off the world and getting shot up a lot. So, keeping that in mind, I guess we'll just keep moving on our merry way. Trying to solve the mystery of the calamity, and apparently we're also looking for survivors, but I'm under the impression that everybody's dead. Alright, so core detected here. Let's head that way.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on the squirt. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be staff weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart.
That's a little frustrating. At least you can cut through them. It just takes a lot of effort. At least a lot of effort
If
for
there's
something
a
that's
core,
safe.
he figures it ought to be deeper down.
This is a lot of effort for something that's just
Core stuck
machinery.
inside one of those fancy cages. No breaking a cage like that, but the kid tries anyway. Gotta find a way to spring it open. Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out.
Oh, of course.
The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old fork. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell.
Jeez, thanks a lot. That is the kind of support I really need, Mr. Narrator.
Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It ain't all bad. There's a kid buying some spices from the motherland. Tax free. It's a troublesome scene to be sure. Moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. Give or take a few seconds.
Nice.
The core's within reach. And done.
because he's been a huge jerk. Alright.
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Oh, there he is.
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Celandia. It was good living here for a while.
Okay, and then what?
What else is there to say?
Oh, alright, never mind.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
So now I've got my arsenal.
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to. A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff.
No one saw that. So I'll upgrade my
With a good
sweet
length
bow.
of Miska, that bow's like new again.
And ooh, that's tough. Let's go with the extra penetrations. Might be able to take out a few more enemies at a time that way. Hanging Gardens. Whoa. Okay.
The dead welcome him with open arms.
Oh, really? That's kind of sad.
The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around.
Okay, so you cannot walk on that. That's good to know. Don't try and walk on that. It's a bad idea.
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close.
I feel like I have to avoid breaking the people as much as possible. Even if they are
Someone
dead.
like him.
Oh, whoa.
Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. Gets a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we?
What? Oh, I've got to break people. Super cool. Now see here, I thought this was going to be a fun, lighthearted game, and it is just super depressing now. Like, hey, all
Kid does what he has to do. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much?
God, that guy's face.
Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
Whoa. I'm getting
He's a
tingles.
proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zulf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time.
Rux.
We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now. For Zulf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. He was born in the Tazal terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. Kid says hello, but Zulf's lost in thought. The cores, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Well, look what we have here.
Huh.
The memorial. Here, kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Okay, so they're basically achievements. Okay.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Cinder Brick Fort. That sounds exciting. Let's go there.
There's only one way to Cinder Brick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy, normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. kid on notice. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid. Windbags, young and old, keep fighting for the fort. That's why Cinderbrick's got such a bad reputation.
Alright. So I guess that's game over. Well,
the fort's still standing there, waiting for the kid, mocking him.
Guess this is close to a game over as a guess.
Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy, normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. You can't hardly tell up from down after a while. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle.
Oh.
Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides.
Oh, that seems lovely.
Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. The calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Cinder brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort. Kid's blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket. Times like this, kid's glad he packed trip mines. The windbags put the kid on notice.
Notice that.
Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. Trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Brandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides. Kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Landon.
Seriously?
The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now.
Wait, am I losing all my EXP when I fall off
Bags
the
don't
edge?
know kids fresh out of health tonics. The windbags finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this. The Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
Good riddance to Cinderbrick Fort.
Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was a smoking pipe.
It's a big pipe.
Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
What?
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
Oh, wow. Oh. I didn't expect to have to fight monsters in my crazy fever dream.
With a kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
Team reflections, huh?
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
So I'm beginning to wonder if this is an actual
Having his mama's
level.
hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there.
If this is an actual level or if it's kind of a horde mode, because it just seems like I'm getting the waves of enemies deal here.
School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. What was I saying? Anyway.
What were you saying?
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
Okay, these things are getting significantly more difficult, and I'm not even halfway through these waves.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelandia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
Except for this guy.
Out there, a kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
You know, I might make it to the end of this after all. I said, completely jinxing the odds.
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart.
I'm also just starting to get really tired, and that is making it exceptionally difficult to play this game well.
Past don't matter for nothing now.
Alright, and yeah, with that I am definitely super exhausted, so I think that'll be the end of Independence Day this week. So next week we should be returning to Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP, and then after that maybe back to Bastion, or maybe we'll head on to a new game entirely. Alright, good night Internet, see you next week.